Hi, welcome to IRX 2017. Now, one of the great things about the event is catching up with people that we've corresponded with or we've been meaning to meet for a long time. So it's a great pleasure to welcome to the studio Jerome Linas, who is one of the co-founders of Salesupply. Now, tell us first of all a bit about Salesupply, and then we'll get on to the reason we're chatting.
Okay. Yeah, Salesupply is an international company. I co-founded it with three other guys 8 years ago. And what we basically do is we help online retailers and brands to sell better their products cross-border. So, for example, you have a web store here in England and you sell shoes, and you also would like to sell those shoes in France or in Germany or in Spain, or even in America or China. We have local offices there. We work with local people who speak the language, the local language of course, and who know the local e-commerce market. So we can enter your company then very quickly in another country, another market.
And so is that relationship where you're a service provider? Is it a joint venture? Do you have any risk in it? Are you working totally under my brand? How does that operate? So if I just ring you up and say, I'd like to be in China on Monday, here's some stock.
Yeah, it depends a little bit. We have more models. We're very flexible in that. Sometimes we work just by hours and hour rate, but we also sometimes take the risk. But we never are the merchant of record. That's not what we do. So we represent the company in another country, and we help them with, when they go with the web shop, we help them localize the web shop as a first step. But we are also very operational active. So we do customer support. Every office has its own customer center. We help with marketing to get traffic to the website, and we also have a part in the logistics thing.
Great. So, and how many companies are you representing, do you think, across all the countries?
At the moment we have 350 projects running. We work for big enterprises and very small companies as well. If we see the potential in the market for the merchant, then we're willing to work together. So.
Great. Now, one of the trends we see a lot is from the very biggest retailers entering new markets, expanding internationally is, and has been for maybe the last 2-3 years, a really, hot thing to do. But we're also seeing increasingly at the smaller, more entrepreneurial end that people are going international via marketplaces.
Yes.
So, once you're on Amazon or eBay, just opening up in other territories is really straightforward.
Yeah.
So, you seem to be right in the hotspot of this cross-border international growth, which brings me on to the reason we first started talking. So, as you'll know, as a publisher, sometimes you get very jealous of other people's publications. So when I came across Cross-Border magazine, I thought, what a great magazine. Long-form content, beautifully produced, read it cover to cover. And it turns out that the publisher is none other than you. So tell me what made you start the magazine. What's the idea behind this?
Yeah, well, like I said, we are almost 10 years in business in the cross-border market. The cross-border market globally is growing every year with 20%. So as we look at the emerging markets like South America, even Africa, Asia, of course. So consumers are getting more used to buy cross-border. And I thought, why don't we share our experience that we build up with Salesupply and share that with the merchants through a physical magazine, but also through an online portal that's called crossbordermagazine.com. And we would like to tell the entrepreneurs their story. So it's not Salesupply who's telling how great we are and how we help, but we say to the merchants, tell your story. What challenges did you have to face? What failures, what mistakes did you make? There's also a lot of research in the magazine about cross-border corridors, about how the development is in cross-border. And people like to read it. It's nice content. You can read and learn. And of course, I'm not doing this alone with Salesupply. We have some other partners in it, like you.
Yes, of course.
For example. But also PayPal is a partner in this project, Demandware or Salesforce. So we have a nice couple of partners who who like to share their stories about
Yeah.
cross-border
I
experience.
really like the sort of entrepreneur, founder-led stories about, taking an authentic brand
Yeah.
and then introducing that to other markets. I think it was the Canyon bicycles. I thought was
Yeah,
fascinating.
that's very good, yeah.
So some really, really interesting entrepreneur tales there. I mean, if you were to summarise, as you look ahead for the coming few issues, what are the big themes that you're seeing now? So you've been going 10 years. You've got experience of people getting started. What's the current thing that people should have on their minds?
Well, people think sometimes that selling cross-border is very easy, and it's becoming easier because through the marketplaces, as you said, it's an easy market entry, but there are also a lot of things going on that not quite smooth, especially here in Europe.
Yeah.
We have, every country has this different VIT with this different thresholds. Logistics is still a little bit of pain in the sending a package from the UK to France or to Spain or to Turkey, whatever, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I want to keep challenging also the vendors and the suppliers to think more about cross-border and to help the merchants more, to make it easier for them. And we also do a little bit of lobby in Brussels with the EU,
Yeah.
We say, come on guys, we have to smoothen things up. And it's also nice to follow the Brexit thing, of course, because we don't know what will happen exactly.
We're not talking about Brexit today. I'm in a good mood. Don't make it bad. But look, I think the key thing is around whatever causes the turbulence. People still want to trade.
Yeah,
and let's hope that carries on for a long time to come.
Yeah,
So,
that'd be
John,
good.
thanks for joining us. It's lovely to
very
catch
much.
up with you. Crossbordermagazine.com, and we look forward to hearing even more in the pages and in person.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Ian.
Thank
Thank
you.
very much.